I'll say it from the start, this game is a hidden gem that delivers on all aspects. On paper, Kena Bridge of Spirits is a story-driven action-adventure game that combines exploration with a fast-paced combat system. In reality, it is so much more. Over the past few weeks, I had the pleasure of playing this game, and this is my review. The first thing you need to know about Kena Bridge of Spirits is that it is developed by Ember Lab, an animation and digital content studio. Why is this important? Well, because the first thing you'll notice about the game is its animation. It is done incredibly well, the cutscenes are straight out of a Pixar movie, but it's not just that. It's the character models, the scenery, the lighting, everything is visually stunning. Kena Bridge of Spirits has you in control of Kena, a spirit guide searching for a sacred mountain shrine. In her quest, she comes across an abandoned village where a strange corruption has taken over and the spirits there are still trapped in this world. Kena's duty as a spirit guide is to help lost spirits transition to the other plane of existence, and helping this village becomes her mission moving forward.
We have always crafted wooden masks to honor those who have passed on. Placed here, the masks slowly turn to dust, aiding the spirit's journey into the next life.
The spirits that Kena helps have different reasons why they are still trapped in this world and cannot transition, and the game does a real good job at giving you a sense of accomplishment once you help them out. Kena also encounters these strange creatures called the Rot, who become quite fond of her and help her throughout the game. There is, however, an aspect of the story that I wished was more fleshed out. See, the game does a great job at telling you the story of each spirit Kena helps out, but Kena's story is mostly left to the player's imagination.
Something tells me you did not come to our village looking for forest creatures.
Hello, spirit. I seek passage to the sacred mountain shrine.
When I started the game, I was surprised to see that there is no real intro. You get thrown into the world and you need to figure out what you have to do. By the end of the game, you don't really know much about Kena and her backstory. I don't mind stories that leave things to the imagination, but I would like to know more about the main character. Moving on from the story to the mechanical aspects of the game, as I said at the beginning, Kena Bridge of Spirits is an action-adventure game. The combat is fast-paced. Kena's main weapon is a staff that can dish out light and heavy melee attacks, but it can also transform into a bow that fires spirit arrows. Later in the game, she also gets a Spirit Bomb ability to add to her arsenal. The game has a simple weapon progression talent system where you unlock extra abilities. I liked that the progression system is simple because it makes every upgrade meaningful and immediately impactful. The combat also uses a perfect dodge and perfect parry system where you get to stagger enemies and use that to your advantage. Now, don't let the cute character design fool you into thinking this game is easy when it comes to combat. The boss fights in Kena Bridge of Spirits are no joke. Bosses have unique mechanics and abilities, attack patterns, and some even have light puzzle elements that need to be solved mid-fight. Each boss fight gets increasingly more difficult as you progress, and the final boss is the cherry on top.
Let me help you. I can heal these spirits and restore balance to the forest.
I know you are kind. You sense the power that flows through this land, but you do not fully understand it.
I mentioned earlier about puzzle elements during some boss fights, but exploration and puzzles are also a big part of the outdoor in Kena Bridge of Spirits. See, in order to learn new abilities, Kena needs to gather karma. You get karma by killing bosses and progressing through the game, but you also get small amounts of karma whenever you find a new rot friend. These little rot creatures are hidden throughout the land, and some of them will require you to solve certain puzzles to discover them. And trust me, you want to discover as many of these rot friends as possible, because the more abilities you unlock, the easier the progression. The game does help you out a bit in that when you access the map, you will see what type of collectibles are in a certain area and how many more you still need to discover. On top of karma, you can also collect hats for your rot friends. You can find meditation spots that increase your health points, as well as memories of the villagers that inhabit the area. I found this a very cool idea, as with every memory you find, you build the story of the village and its people.
We've only just met, but I can tell you have a strong connection to the spirit realm. You carry the same energy that flows through these roots. It must be what drew you to this place. With focus, you can gather that energy.
The last aspect I want to touch upon in this review is the audio. I mentioned at the beginning that Kena Bridge of Spirits is developed by an animation studio. This not only helps with the visual aspect, but also the sound in the game. The music is amazing, it's simple and very immersive, the voice acting is top notch, and the overall sound design just makes the game more immersive.
Oh no! No!
Overall, I would wholeheartedly recommend Kena Bridge of Spirits. Like I said at the beginning, it is a game that delivers on all aspects, and for me, it is a hidden gem. My hope is that Ember Lab expand on this world and the story of Kena with future games. At the time of me recording this video, the game is about €40 or $40 depending on your region, and it is available on both Steam and the Epic Store. Well, that's it for my review. I hope you enjoyed the video. A like would help me out a lot, and if you want to see more, maybe consider subscribing. Thank you very much for sticking around, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.